So we have this sound mathematical principle. Love multiplies, hate divides. And we have this story of one leaving water and food, comida, in the desert. And I have to tell you that I am not sure how to talk about feeding the hungry without talking about prayer. So there is this global organization called Bread for the World. It is a Christian organization, and they do geopolitical work, lobbying. They partner with NGOs. They address world hunger as a multifaceted problem with a sophisticated solution. And then again, perhaps the solution is not so sophisticated after all. One major part of their website is devoted to prayer. Praying to end hunger is a major part of their advocacy work. Everything they do begins and ends with prayer, and there are lots of pictures of them praying with politicians. And it is because of prayer that my 4-year-old children know anything about hunger. Well, prayer, and also the Woody Guthrie song, "This Land Is Your Land." You see, I don't know if you remember, but there is a subversive and also depressing verse in that song that is not often played. And forgive me, I have a cold. I will have a cold from now until April, so don't worry about it. But I will sing this verse. In the shadow of the steeple, I saw my people. By the relief office, I seen my people. As they stood there hungry, I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me? Not to brag, but I believe my children were around 2.5 years old when they began deconstructing these lyrics from the back seat. Why are our people standing there hungry? They asked. And this is the central question for all of us, the central question of humanity. Why is anyone hungry? Even with our global population soaring, the simple truth is that there exists enough money and enough resources for everyone to be fed. This is true. It's kind of like what John and Yoko said, hunger is over if you want it. This is true globally, but it is especially true nationally. We need not accept our current reality that people must always go hungry. Now let us consider the rest of those lyrics. In the shadow of the steeple, I saw my people. My children ask about this too. In fact, they become deeply distraught each time we listen to this part of the song. They become anxious. What will happen to our people who are hungry, they ask. Mama, what will happen? Who will feed them? My husband and my answer to our children has always been, you and I. We will feed them. You and I will feed them. And this has felt like the most honest response. I mean, what if I had told them, oh, someone else will feed them? I mean, someone else will take care of them. I'm sure they'll find a restaurant or a shelter. They'll be fed. Well, if I told them that, then my children would grow up trusting in an untrustworthy system, assuming that it is someone else's responsibility to feed their people and not their own. And each night, we pray before dinner at our family table. Now, I cannot always speak for the integrity of our prayers with 2 4-year-olds. Even earnest prayers can devolve quickly. But each night, we do include in our prayers people who are going without food, people who are without family or friends, people who are not feeling warm and cozy as we are. Just this simple daily practice of enfolding people who are hungry for food or for companionship. This practice expands our empathy and clarifies our life's commitment to feed our people. My faith does not tell me that praying for people is the same as feeding them. However, it is a critical step towards the work. Because of my prayer, my daily prayer, hunger and people dealing with hunger of all kinds are never far from my mind or my heart. I return to them each evening, and so do my children. Prayer may not change someone's situation, but it changes me. It is the prayer that changes people standing there hungry to our people standing there hungry. Our people. Now, I know some of you have plans of abundance and celebrating bounty and offering gratitude for that bounty this coming week. And I also know some of you may be facing a holiday of scarcity, either facing financial challenges, health struggles, grief and loss, or loneliness. Some of you may also be struggling with extended family, anxious and isolated by the deep political and social divisions in American life today. And there are no easy answers to any of it. But with prayer, I can take what is overwhelming and make it simple, just a daily practice of connecting with my core commitment to love the whole world and myself too as part of that. And so my prayer today, Spirit of life, God of many names, help me to love the whole world. Help me to love my family with a dose of acceptance for who they are, along with hope for who they could become if they are loved into expansive understanding. Help me find the fortitude to reach out and ask for help if I am lonely, anxious, or overwhelmed. Help me feed my people, and help me trust that I will be fed in return. In community, I believe all things are possible. We all can feed each other. We can feed our every need, as the song says, and we must. That is the work of this season. May it be so.